All right, Arista Networks was an early leader in the cloud, building technology all the way back in 2005. This may be the biggest private tech company you've never heard of. 750 customers, gaining a new customer every day for the last 2 years. Joining us now, Jayshree Ullal, CEO of Arista, or was it Arista? Not Arista, like the record company. Clive Davis doesn't work with you?
No, not yet.
Okay, but everyone else seems to. You guys have got a really big company going down there working in the cloud. Now, you're a Cisco alumni. Tell me how the experience of Cisco informs what you guys are doing.
Well, thank you, Cory. It's a pleasure to be here. Arista is an example of a company that's really dealing with the disruption of cloud computing. There's big data, dense virtualization, and a tremendous amount of modern applications that are disrupting the way new networks need to be built. And
I know what that means, but I want you to say it in a way that I can understand it better.
We are fortunate.
You're building gear, right? You're building
Absolutely.
stuff that goes into data centers.
Yeah.
But it's specifically tailored for what?
It's specifically tailored for a new set of modern applications that are going to the cloud and going to data centers where you're not just running traditional routine email, but you're actually doing genomic sequencing, high-frequency trading, online media rendering, genomic sequencing, bio-IT. So these are things that require a new foundation different than our traditional apps do.
And these aren't routers, but it's certainly not servers that you're building.
No, we're not building servers or routers. We're building really a special form of switches where there's real high-performance I/O that needs to be at real-time latency, extremely high throughput, input and output.
Right.
Yeah, in, out.
So basically, you help bits move really quick to do things that the cloud does, like serve movies on Netflix, like deliver locations on Foursquare, for example.
That's right. And these are really high-performance, real-time transactions. There's real predictability in it. You cannot drop a packet. Everything has to reach there in real time.
You guys do a lot of work in the financial services industry. I know you're going to tell me that's because you're so good, but talk to me about how that business is different than the rest of the world.
Well, in the financial industry, as you know, you and I trade all the time. And electronic algorithmic trading, okay, you don't,
okay.
I do.
Okay.
And this is a form of human life for all of us, where it's with us and every nanosecond and every microsecond of trading time counts and gives financial companies and services a competitive advantage with each other. And our platforms have some of the lowest latency. Traditionally, latency used to be measured in microseconds. Today, you know, Arista is the only switch that can do this in nanoseconds. So the ability to be able to do this in a predictable fashion and get your trades as fast as you can across feed handlers, servers, algorithmic machines can only happen through a modern cloud computing.
So why aren't companies like, you know, you're a Cisco alumni. I'm not going to ask you to rip on Cisco. There are plenty of other people doing that these days.
Great company.
Yeah, of course. Cisco, Juniper, Alcatel-Lucent, Ciena, those are the monsters in this business. Why do they leave a hole for you to make this business work?
Well, I think it's a question of detecting a market and fulfilling it. These are great market leaders in the enterprise and service provider sector, and I'm sure they'll attack the cloud. We were some of the early pioneers, and we built a purpose-built software, and we took 5 years to do that. You know, you can't do that.
On the software, not on the hardware.
We did both the software and the hardware, and they really come together. The hardware gives you the real-time performance. The software gives you a very important aspect of building a cloud, which, as you know, Amazon's in the news, which is resilience. The ability to self-heal and automatically upgrade your cloud is very, very important.
The notion of the reliance on the cloud is different today than it was yesterday, because so many big companies that depend on the cloud couldn't run their businesses today because of Amazon. Some of them are still having trouble.
Well, I think people get confused and think this is a hype term. But there's really two types of cloud. There's the private cloud, where you're really building a suite or an island of applications that have to run very quickly.
For your business internally.
For your internal business, that's different from your IT business, right? And this is really a profit and loss center. We have applications that run where our customers make $2 million a day by using our gear for a fraction of that price. That's a private cloud. And often it's called TIC cloud, it's called high performance computing, it's called big data storage. There are different names for that. Then there's the public cloud providers, which you refer to, which could be search, it could be high performance verticals in media, it could be online like Amazon, where not only is real time important, but scale, the ability to build thousands of nodes because you're now accessing millions of consumers, as well as resilience because you want the ability, if there's any errors, to quickly correct. That type of self-healing is very
So what do you tell Amazon, which is trying to build out this web services business, which has a business that has kind of crummy margins and the rest of its business and higher margins in its cloud business? What do they have to do today? What do they learn? Buy more of your stuff, probably.
I think much like Arista, Amazon was an early pioneer of the cloud. And clearly Amazon is running into some of the scale and resilience and transactional database challenges. And I would tell Amazon there's a next generation cloud waiting to happen with Arista gear. That's right.
So come on and Jeff Bezos, buy more, I'm selling.
I think the modernness of our software will really give them the type of scale and resilience they couldn't have today without buying two of everything.
Last question, IPO? When?
Well, we're building a strong company here, and part of it is having the right number of customers, the right growth, and the right profitability. We're cash flow positive, and I'm old-fashioned. I'd like to show 6 quarters of profit and think about how we build a real strong independent company.
Call me first before you file, because I need to break that story here at Bloomberg
Okay.
West. All right.
Absolutely, Cory.
Really appreciate you joining us.
Pleasure.
Thanks a lot. All right.